Welcome to the webinar. You have entered as an organizer and may now speak to any other organizers or panelists on the line. When you are ready to begin the presentation, press the Start Broadcast button on the GoToWebinar control panel to allow all attendees to hear you. This system will notify you once you begin your broadcast.
everybody. It's Jeff over at MetaStock. I'm running the control room today. Fun! It's good to see you. We are going to be kicking off here in just about, as you can see, 9 minutes, 45 seconds. So we'll see you in just about then. I hope you're doing well. It's good to see you. Maybe play a video for you until we get started.
Indicators and the ability to build their own systems. And if you're a day trader, you can't do better than Zenith, the real-time news, data, and analysis package offered by Refinitiv, a world leader in market data. Add on the world-class support, and it's not hard to see why MetaStock has won the Stocks and Commodities Reader's Choice Award for 26 consecutive years. To find out more about MetaStock and how it can help your trading, visit metastock.com or contact a product professional via phone, email, or chat.
Hi there, Greg Lewis, MetaStock Software. As the marketing director, I get asked all the time, what is MetaStock? How can I help my trades? Well, stick around for about 3 minutes and I'll tell you.
MetaStock is an award-winning software and data package that has been helping traders for over 35 years. Simply put, MetaStock is a tool for traders like you to analyze the markets. MetaStock helps you take the guesswork out of trading by offering a methodical, systematic approach to some key questions all traders come up against. Questions like, how do I decide which securities to trade when there are literally thousands to choose from? Which strategy should I use, and how do I test that strategy before spending my first trading dollar? When should I enter and exit a trade? How can I effectively manage the securities I'm interested in? And of course, how do I know where prices will go next? At the core of MetaStock are the Power Tools. The Power Tools give professional-grade analysis tools to private traders like you and me. You can scan the market with the MetaStock Explorer to filter and sort securities that show buy and sell signals based on your criteria. The MetaStock System Tester lets you test most strategies through a process called backtesting, which allows you to see how your strategy would have performed over time. You can easily manage and monitor the securities you are interested in with Quote Center. Quote Center lets you sort on a variety of criteria to view the data that's important to you. Then just double-click on a security if you want to see its chart. With the MetaStock Forecaster, You can even take advantage of patented technology to view probable future prices. If you're an options trader, you're going to love MetaStock's Option Scope. Option Scope puts all the critical info at your fingertips, displaying sortable, customizable, color-coded options data, including the Greeks. And MetaStock has solutions for traders of all levels and interests. If you're just getting into trading, you will appreciate the education offered by our many built-in systems. In addition to pointing out buy and sell signals, MetaStock explains how they work in an easy-to-follow commentary window. MetaStock has built-in systems based on popular strategies like MACD, Bollinger Bands, turtle trading, candlesticks, and many more. MetaStock even has the very popular and exclusive Rahul Mohindar oscillator system, or simply known as the RMO. As you become a more experienced trader, MetaStock grows with you. Advanced analysts will enjoy the comprehensive list of trading systems and indicators and the ability to build their own systems. And if you're a day trader, you can't do better than Zenith, the real-time news, data, and analysis package offered by Refinitiv, a world leader in market data. Add on the world-class support, and it's not hard to see why MetaStock has won the Stocks and Commodities Reader's Choice Award for 26 consecutive years. To find out more about MetaStock and how it can help your trading, visit metastock.com or contact a product professional via phone, email, or chat.
Everybody. Hope you're doing well. We're about to get going in about 2 minutes. I'm going to play the legal disclaimer. I know you're excited. We have a great class today, though. Daniel always does a really, really good job. He's really excited about the volatility of the markets this morning, and we'll see him in just a minute. So I hope you're doing well. It's good to see you. Let's listen to some more of that funky jazz.
All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar here with MetaStock. We have a special guest speaker, one of our partners on today, and he's going to talk about trading today's market with artificial intelligence. Before we, jump into everything too deep, I am going to just hit our disclaimer really quickly here. So today's demonstration, it's designed to instruct you on using MetaStock and the accompanying software plugins. It's not a recommendation to buy or sell, but rather guidelines to interpreting and using the specific indicators and features within the software. The information, software, and techniques presented today should only be used by investors who are aware of the risk inherent in trading. So for today, we have Daniel Sinnig on. He is a software developer, trader, all-around great guy. He's been a partner of ours here for coming on a little over a year, I think it is actually, but he's been in the business for a really long time, and we're so excited to have him here today. He has one of my favorite systems that we've put into MetaStock, and I'm going to kind of let him take things over. Hi, Daniel. How are you doing today?
Hey, hi, Bobby. Hi, guys. Hi, everyone out there. Nice to meet you all. Nice to be here.
Yeah, fantastic. So Daniel, I'm going to let you take it away, but I'm here if you need help with anything, and we have Jeff in the studio behind us as well.
Awesome. Thank you. So yeah, before I share my screen, just a few words here from our headquarters in Montreal in Canada, cold Montreal. And yeah, I'm super excited because today's topic is all about tools, and not just tools, intelligent tools. And if I say intelligence, what do I mean? I mean indicators and expert advisors, which are self-aware, basically telling you how well they are doing. And secondly, they automatically adapt to market conditions. And both things put together will give you clearly an edge in today's market. And this is what today's talk is all about. So I hope you are comfortably seated. I am. And if you are, let's get into it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Just give me 1 second. I think I messed this up already. There we go. Okay. All right, perfect. I'm also going to hide myself so you have the full focus on what I have to say instead of looking at me. So let's get started. Bobby, can you just confirm that you can see my screen? Everything is fine?
Yep, I see your screen. Everything looks good on my end.
Perfect. Great. So yeah, today's topic, as mentioned previously, trade today's market with artificial intelligence. And again, as I mentioned, this is all about tools with intelligence. But before I get into the trading realm, let me give you a quick analogy of what we have in mind. So here you can see a poker player. And poker used to be quite popular back in the day. It's still popular, maybe not as much anymore, but I'm sure most of you have seen a TV broadcast similar to this. So in this case, we have 2 players left in the hand. 4 cards have been dealt, and the 5th card is yet to be dealt. And before this card is shown, each player has the chance to wager. And depending on how confident the player is to win this hand or to win this pot, he may wager higher or lower or fold altogether. Now, what you can also see here is a percentage indication. So 80% for this player and 20% for the other player. Now, this information is only shown to the viewers on TV. The poker players themselves do not see it. And why is that? Because they do not know what the other players' cards are. But if they, for example, were card cheats and they know how to stack the deck, and they know what the other players' cards are, they could calculate these odds. And let's just imagine they know how to do it. How would you play poker if you know these odds? What do you think you should do? Well, I think it's quite obvious. You would only wager if the odds are in your favor, and if they are not, you would fold. You would not engage into this hand any further. This doesn't guarantee you that you will win this hand, but in the long run, if you would follow, this strategy, you would get an edge and you probably would win the tournament. Now, of course, this is poker, but we tried in our research lab here in Montreal, we tried to come up with a system to bring the same idea to the world of trading. So for example, to estimate the odds of winning a trade before entering it. And this is what this talk is all about. And I'm going to ask you the same question once again. If you knew what your odds are of having a successful trade before entering the trade, what would you do? And I think the answer again is quite obvious. You'd only take the trade if odds are in your favor, and if not, you would stay away. And many times, when it comes to trading, not to take a trade is the best trade advice that you can get. And again, this is what this talk is all about. Is it possible to develop, a system, a set of indicators which can help you knowing your odds of your next trade? Now, I'm going to give you a quick answer of that question. We believe it is possible. And based on that premise, we have developed a set of self-aware, intelligent indicators which will help you predict the odds of your next trade before you enter it. Now, before I get into this, let me quickly introduce myself a bit further. As mentioned by Bobby, my name is Daniel Sinnig, and I am a managing partner of TradingIndicators.com. TradingIndicators.com is an online store for technical indicators, and we offer indicators for many different platforms. Of course, MetaStock is one of them. We also offer indicators for TradingView, NinjaTrader, TradeStation, TOS, and so forth. And over the years, we have built over 500 different indicators and automated strategies. Not all of them are available in our store. We do a lot of custom programming too. But our most popular ones, the most promising ones, they are available on our store. Now, if you're wondering, okay, how is this guy getting into trading? How did it all started? Let me tell you, well, this was not my planned career path. I was on an academia track to become a professor in software engineering. And I jumped through all the hoops. I did my master's, I did a PhD, a postdoc. I was teaching at different universities in different languages. And I even have a Rate My Professor profile. So you can, if you're interested, you can look me up. Go to ratemyprofessor.com/professor and put in my name, Daniel Sinnig, and you'll see my profile. I have some feedback on my students. In any case, while I was pursuing this path, I was always interested in trading. It was a hobby for me. It was something I was fascinated by. And of course, I was trading on the side. As I was starting off, I was making a lot of mistakes, like what probably most of you will also do when they start off. I overtraded. I took too much risk. I held on to losers way too long because I didn't want to have a loser. So I made lots of mistakes, and I donated quite a bit of money to the market until I came to the hard realization, man, trading is complicated, it's complex, and I need help. And for me, as a software engineer, needing help meant better tools which will allow me to make better trading decisions. So I rolled up my sleeves and I started programming. This is really how the story behind Trading Indicators started. Most of the indicators that you'll see in our store, we have built them for our own purpose first, to help us make better trading decisions. And only then, when we realize, wow, these are quite helpful, these are useful, then we put them out on our store. And today's talk is about 3 of these indicators which we have programmed, which in the latest generation have self-awareness and adaptability to market conditions. Both are crucial features to trade today's market successfully. All right, so it's not just me alone. We have a whole team. Most importantly, Homa, my managing partner and business partner. She's helping me with everything, with helping us fulfilling the vision. She's the mastermind behind all the visuals that you see, behind all the the intuitiveness of our indicators. And in fact, Homa is also here today. She'll be manning the chat. And if you have questions, feel free to just put them into the chat window. Ask me along the way, and Homa will bring them to my attention as she sees fit. We not only build indicators. Our team, which consists of of traders, mathematicians, quants, UX experts. We also build trading dashboards, smart trading apps, fully automated strategies, trading scanners, and so forth. So check it out at tradingindicators.com. All right, let's get back to the topic at hand. And real quick, just a reminder, I know Bobby already read it, but I'm going to remind you one more time. Keep in mind that trading futures, forex, stocks, and other assets contain substantial risk and is not suited for every investor, and you may lose potentially all or more of your initial investment. When it comes to hypothetical performance, also keep in mind that this is not necessarily indicative of future performance. All right, so now that we got this out of the way, let's get into it. And I'm gonna, give you a little bit of a preview. This is a trade I picked this morning using the tools I will show you and using MetaStock. It's a short trade. This stock here, Hasbro, it's in the S&P 500 in the consumer discretionary sector. And this trade will be triggered when level 54.20 is reached, and we're very close to it. Again, it's a short trade with a target of 41.60 and a stop loss of 66.80, which gives you a 1-to-1 risk ratio. And this talk, I will tell you how I picked this trade and why. And I want to do it in a way that it's completely systematic so that you can follow the exact same steps and perhaps pick your trade tomorrow using the exact same approach. And as you'll see, with the tools I'm going to show you, it is quite mechanical. So you don't have to use much subjectivity or your own experience. No, it's very mechanical, it's very systematic, and we have come up with a process which everyone can follow, regardless of what your experience level in trading is. All right, so this is the end goal of this presentation. But let's build up towards this. Now, this is how we started off. Is it possible to come up with a set of tools which will predict the odds of your next trade before entering it? Is this even possible? And the quick answer is yes, because why? Because we've done it. We've created these tools, and they will show you on the chart or MetaStock in your expert commentary what have been the odds, historically speaking, of winning a long trade and a short trade when a signal comes up. So let's say a long signal comes up, it will show you what have been the odds of winning a long trade or a short trade, vice versa. Now, you may now say, well, this is based on a back test, it's based on historical data. How useful is this? So I just basically read to you in the disclaimer, hypothetical performance, which basically is back test performance, is not necessarily indicative of future performance. So am I contradicting myself here? What's going on? Well, it depends. Now, what we've done is to investigate this matter further. We have conducted a very comprehensive study. I'll give you the details in a second, to investigate if historical odds can be beneficial and telling and forecasting or not. So is there any value of having historical statistics? Or is it just, it's useless? Now, this was our premise. This is what we wanted to investigate, even before going any further. So what we've done is we have created or conducted a very comprehensive backtest. In fact, it was a portfolio test. It was not just one symbol. It was conducted over many, many symbols. 84 big US stocks. And we've created a swing trading system around this. Average trade duration was about a week, give or take. And this backtest was run from January 2022 up until fall 2022. So about 9-10 months. Over the course of this back test or this portfolio test, we have had 6,827 entry signals, both in the long and the short direction. All right, so these were the generic parameters. And when putting everything together, this was our initial performance. So you can see here, it's quite underwhelming. It's not very impressive. We didn't make any money. In fact, we lost money. And this is the performance when we would take every single signal. So 6,827 signals resulting in 6,827 trades. So every signal was taken. We call this the unfiltered portfolio performance. So not very impressive, not great. And if it would just stop here, I would have nothing to talk about today. But then we did something. We then redone this back test, this portfolio test, and only took the signals which were in the sweet spot. We only took the signals where the odds at the time of the signal were favorable. And the odds were calculated based on historical data up until the point where the signal occurred. So for example, let's say we had a signal in mid-April, let's say around here. We would look at the odds of winning, let's say it's a long signal, of winning a long trade. And the odds were calculated based on the data available before mid-April 2022, because that was the only fair way to do it. And as you can see here, the performance has significantly changed. So we only took 2,599 trades, so basically 1/3, 1/4 of all the trades. And we took the trades where the odds at the moment of the trade were in our favor. And you can see the big difference here. It's a difference of day and night. This was the unfiltered performance, and this is the filtered performance. And this gave us so much confidence that, consulting historical odds can make a big difference, that we went further ahead and developed indicators based on this premise. So we have developed a set 3 indicators based on this premise, which we call self-aware, because they know, at least from a historical point of view, how well they've been performing. Now they can calculate these odds, so they are aware of this and they show it to the trader in MetaStock in the expert commentary. And we also built in some additional intelligence, which I'll talk about. Now, what are these 3 indicators? So we call those the Power Bundle 360. And of course, they are available for MetaStock. And we do have, please stay tuned, a big special for today's presentation where we offer all 3 indicators for MetaStock at a special bundle price. So stay tuned for this. It will come in the end. Now, these are 3 indicators. And we've purposefully chose 3 indicators because we believe by having 3 indicators, we can come up with a suite of indicators which will cover each market condition. So we have 1 indicator for the trending market, 1 indicator to predict reversals or pullbacks, and 1 indicator for trading the sideways market and for looking for breakouts. So very complementary. They all follow different approaches. And we did this on purpose because we know not every trader is the same, not every trading personality is the same. So by having these 3 indicators, you can just pick and choose the one that would fit your trading personality. I'm going to talk about this in just a second, a bit more. Now, what are these 3 indicators in particular? For the trending market, for a trend trading approach, we have developed an indicator called 1-2-3 strike. And this indicator will give you entry signals when a strong trend is confirmed. And the indicator does this by looking at 3 things. It looks for directionality, so price must be going up or down for quite some time. It looks for an increase in volume, an increase in volatility. And if all 3 things come together, an entry signal is generated. So this is for trend entries. For counter trend entries, you have an indicator called divergence cloud. I think most of you probably heard about the principle of divergence. Divergence basically is a discrepancy, a disagreement between a price move and an underlying indicator. And popular forms of divergence are like stochastic divergence, RSI divergence, MACD divergence, and so forth. They're all out there, and they all work reasonably well. But we in our lab have developed a new form of divergence. It doesn't exist anywhere else. And it's based on volatility momentum. We're contrasting price move with volatility momentum. And if there's a disagreement, what we've found out, the chance that a reversal or a change in trend will occur is even higher than with the other forms of divergence. And this is the premise behind the divergence cloud indicator. All right, so that's the second one. And the third indicator that we have is called volatility crusher, an indicator designed to predict strong breakouts. And a strong breakout in our book is a breakout which will last some time after the breakout occurred. As you can imagine, as a trader, you can take advantage of this because once you detect a breakout, you would simply enter in the direction of the breakout in the expectation that price will continue in the same direction for quite some time, thus allowing you to have a successful trade. Okay. Now, lots of theory, lots of talking. Let's get into it. So I'm going to switch over to MetaStock, and let's look at some charts together. We're going to start with the 1, 2, 3 strike indicator. So here we have a 3-minute chart of Riley. Okay, and just a quick heads up, I'm going to quickly also hide the window here. So I'm going to build up to it. Just a quick heads up, this is a 3-minute chart, but our indicators, they work on every time frame. You can use it for intraday trading, but you can also use it for swing trading on the daily time frame or even higher time frames for an investment point of view. So there's no limitation of this. But I thought I'm going to start off with a nice intraday chart, just because today's market has been so volatile and there's so many opportunity, especially in today's market condition, that an intraday chart might be of interest. Now, I've also applied to this chart our 1, 2, 3 strike indicator. And if you remember, 1, 2, 3 strike was our trend indicator that finds strong trend entries. The way this works is as follows. So these big green arrows, where it says long entry, these are, as you can imagine, buy entries, trend buy entries. And these big reddish arrows, they are sell entries. Well, you get them along the way. Here, the sell entry, here buy, here sell, and so forth. What we can also see on this chart is that the candles are colored differently. So we have green candles and red candles. So what's with that? Well, it's quite simple. Green candles or candles are colored in a green tone if the indicator detects that we are on an uptrend. And they're colored reddish if the indicator detects that we are in a downtrend. And since this is a trend following indicator, you will only have short entries if we're in a downtrend. You'll only have long entries when we're in an uptrend. Short entries and long entries, they don't start right away when a new trend change is detected. Sometimes it will take some time because we require, or the indicator requires, that some additional factors are coming together: an increase in volume and an increase in volatility. And only if these 3 things come together, then an entry signal is given. Now, entering a trade is one thing, but once you're in a trade, you have to get out of it. You have to manage it. This is just as important. This is why all of our indicators, they will also tell you when to exit. And here on this chart, you can see it with these little reddish arrows in the opposite direction of our main entry arrow. So here, with our long entry, and the indicator detected, okay, now here, it's time to book partial profits. LPE stands for long partial exit. So we're exiting a bit of our position size here. Another time here, over here, and then our final exit, LFE, is over here. And of course, this was an amazing trade. And you may wonder, well, are these printed after the fact? Is this indicator repainting? And the clear answer is it is not. Once an arrow is printed, it will stay there forever. There's no repainting going on this chart. All right, so this was a long entry. Let's have a look at a short entry. So here we had a short entry. Over here, price retraced a bit afterwards, and we booked, or we exited a bit of our position in loss actually here, because the entry was down here. Price went up. We, booked, well, we closed partially the position at this point, but then, price took off in the direction that was anticipated, and we were able to exit the position in steps profitably along the way. And this was our final exit down here. And currently, this is an intraday chart, open at 10:33. So about an hour ago, a bit more, we had another short entry, and as you can see here, with a nice follow through. We're still currently in this trade. Short partial exit here, but we're still on this trade. This trade has not closed yet. And this is basically how this indicator works. Now you may say, okay, this looks pretty good. Okay, we might have been just lucky. Maybe this indicator, today was just the right day for this indicator, but maybe it doesn't really work on other days. Very valid question, because market conditions change and you never really know how an indicator will perform over time. You might just be lucky today. Good question. So luckily, we've built in something into this indicator, which will tell you how well the indicator or how bad the indicator is performing over time, not just today. This is what we call instant statistics. So let me go to Expert Advisor and Expert Commentary. This will open up a sub-panel. And you can see here, as we scroll down, two numbers, long efficiency and short efficiency. Basically, these numbers are telling you how well, over all the bars on the chart, the long signals have been working out and how well the short signals have been working out. And you can see here, the success rates are fairly high, 75% to the long side and 72% to the short side. And this is done by the indicator fully automatically. And as new bars are printed, these numbers will update. So this is always updated as new price data is available. Not only this, when I change symbols, say I change from Riley to Apple or something else, these numbers will be different. Also, if I change time frames, right now I'm on the 3-minute time frame. If I update this to the 5-minute time frame, these numbers will be different. So this is basically what you can learn from these numbers. They will tell you how well the indicator has been performing, historically speaking, trading this trading system here, which is a trend trading system. Now, one more thing about our indicators. Just like any other indicator, also our indicators, they come with parameters. Imagine a moving average indicator, which prints a line on the chart. It also comes with a parameter. The MA period could be 5, 20, 200, and then if you have an entry system which checks for crossover over this MA of price crossing over or above the MA, you may have a trading system in your hand. But who's to say that an MA period of, let's say, 20 is the best one, or 25? That's hard to guess. And this is the same for our indicator here. Also, this one comes with parameters. Let me just quickly show you what these parameters are. I will not go into details because all this is documented in a master class that we have recorded. I will not get into this right now. I'm just going to show you that also this indicator does have parameters that's shown here. Now, let's keep these numbers in mind, 75 and 72%. Now, what would happen? What do you think will happen if I change, let's say, the volume period parameter from 34 to, I don't know, maybe 21. Let's reduce it. Maybe it's a small time frame. Let's reduce this volume period. Maybe it will do something. Well, let's see. I'll say, okay, look at these numbers here, 72 and 72, 75 and 72. I'll close it. I will reload it, I'll refresh the data, and once this is recalculated, you can see that our numbers have changed. Now with a long efficiency of 75% and a short efficiency of 67%. Okay, interesting. Let's go back to the settings. Let's do another change. Maybe we can change. So this case we went down. Let's go up. Let's go to maybe 52. Let's see what the effect of this one is. So I'm going to say OK again. I'll close this. I will recalculate. And once again, once this is done, our numbers will update. All right, let's see. Now we're at 68 and 65%. All right, not great, but let's give it one more time, one more try. Let's go back to the settings, edit, and perhaps let's change, in this case, the volatility period from 7 to 14. Oops. All right, click OK. Same thing again. I will refresh one more time, and let's have a look at these statistics. 63 and 67%. Seems a bit tedious, huh? Wouldn't it be nice if we had a way to automatically find what the best parameters are? Of course, I can do it manually. I could, I could have done this for another hour and probably find the best parameters myself manually. But it's super tedious. This is just for this chart on the 3-minute time frame. Now, it seems tedious, so let me quickly go back to my slides. Now, finding the best parameters. So first of all, the odds will tell you how well your current parameters are working. That to me is super important because otherwise you're just guessing. You make a parameter change, and then I guess you glimpse at the sequence on the chart, and you guess if it's working well or not. While now with our statistics, you have hard evidence. You have hard numbers, which will tell you how well this parameter change has been panning out or not. All right, so that's one thing. But the second thing is, how do we know what is the best combination of parameters? again, I could try it out myself. It's super tedious, and I'm telling you, if something is too tedious, too time-consuming, you will not do it. You're just going to give up. I would definitely give up. I would not do it manually. So then we thought to ourselves about a year back, what if we implement a feature into our indicators which will automatically find the best parameters for you, so you don't have to do it. So this would be a feature where, it will go through all the parameters, all the different value combinations, and find the best one for you. The ones which will give you the best trade signals with the highest odds of resulting in a successful trade. All right, so let's have a look how this works. Now, what we've seen so far was the manual version of finding these parameters. Now, let me switch over now to the automated version, which will automatically find you the best parameters. So I'm going to change this indicator, this expert advisor, to the automated version. So attach. All right. And I'm going to choose this one here, 1, 2, 3 strike AO. AO stands for auto optimization. I'll click OK. We'll now calculate. Again, this is a 3-minute chart. And after it's done, we can see now here, first of all, what are the optimal parameters? You can see them here. So in this case, the volume period of 15 and a volatility period of 10 and some other parameter settings as well. This would be the optimal parameters. And more importantly, I also see updated statistics. So across our optimization period, we had an efficiency of 77% to the long side and 85% to the short side. And here you can see the efficiencies across all bars on the chart. And again, going back to this, oops, just triggered an alert. 1 second. There we go. Now, again, you can see that the signals are quite similar to what we've seen before, at least for today. So we had all this great long entry here. We had a short entry. This long entry wouldn't have worked out, but then here we had another nice short entry, and here another one. All right. So, okay. It's somewhat similar. I guess we were pretty spot on of what the optimal parameters were for this particular symbol. But this doesn't always have to be the case. Let me quickly switch over to another symbol. This is Broadcom on the daily time frame. All right, so here we have a couple of nice entries, a short entry, a long entry. But if you look at the statistics, and this is the manual version, okay, I'm going to switch over to the auto optimized version in a second. We can see that long efficiency at 63%, but short efficiency at 37%. Wow, doesn't seem very great, at least at the short side, 37%. And you will encounter these cases every once in a while. How do you deal with this? Well, for me, my interpretation would be clearly, if a short signal come up, I would not take it. And again, as I said in the beginning, sometimes not to take a trade is the best trade advice that you can get. All right, so this is the manual version with the default parameters. But let me quickly go back to the optimized version now. I'm going to attach it. 1, 2, 3 strike AO. I click OK. And things will update. And once the update process is done, we will see that with the optimal parameter settings, we now have an efficiency of 88 and 72% in the optimization period, and 76 and 68% for all the candles on the chart. What the difference between these two is, I will not get into it today. This is part of our master class. But the takeaway here is that, wow, with auto optimization, our numbers have improved significantly for this particular symbol. So the previous one, the odds were somewhat similar because we already had a very optimal set of parameters to begin with. But in this case, auto optimization really made a big difference. And this is what I mean when I said this is an intelligent set of tools. They will do the heavy lifting for you. They will find the optimal settings for you based on the built-in intelligence. This can really make a big difference when it comes to your trading. All right. Okay, I have one more thing I want to show you real quick. And this is something that came up this morning when I prepared for this presentation. And this almost was my trade of the day today. I chose the other one for a reason I'm going to explain in a second. But this is how met on the daily chart. And I picked up this trade because, first of all, it had a long entry signal this morning. Actually, when the market closed last night, the signal was already available, but I prepared for the stock before the market opened. So I had this long entry signal here. I could scan for it in MetaStock. How this works, I'll show you in a second. So you had this great long entry signal. This is a stock which has been going up basically forever, despite all the volatility in the market, the down pressure in the market. It's been going up. And I really like this trade because, this stock doesn't really seem to care that the market is bearish right now. It's been just going up. So to me, that was a really promising entry. And had I taken this entry this morning, I would be in profit right now by quite a bit already. And this was picked out using our 1, 2, 3 strike indicator in the auto-optimized version and using the MetaStock scanner. Again, I'm going to talk about scanning in just a second. And before I continue, if there are any questions, please, write them into the chat and I will address them as we go along. All right. Now, this is 1, 2, 3 strike, but we have 2 more indicators I want to show you. I'm going to be brief on these ones because the overall principle will be similar to what you've seen so far. All right. So the second indicator is divergence cloud. Remember, this was our counter trend indicator, the one that's designed to pick up divergences. All right. So let me quickly switch over to Caesar Entertainment. All right. Coming up here, I'm going to quickly explain this indicator. So first of all, you can also see, oops, no, I was hiding it. You can also see that some of the candles of this indicator are colored. So we have reddish color and we have greenish color every once in a while. For 1 to 3 strike, these colors meant uptrend or downtrend. For divergence cloud, these colors mean bearish divergence or bullish divergence. And if you have a bearish divergence, chances are that price will revert to the downside. And for bullish divergence, odds are that price will revert to the upside. All right. So when this is detected, and some other factors in addition, we either have short entry signals or long entry signals. And this is very similar to our 1 to 3 strike indicator. So these big arrows are entry signals, and these smaller arrows in the opposite direction, these are exit suggestions. And by the way, if you're wondering, is it possible to configure how many exits should be taken? The easy answer is yes, absolutely. These are part of the settings of the indicators. And again, I won't have time to go through all these settings, but these are all covered in our master class. All right. Also with Divergence Cloud, we have, well, this is the optimized version already. And from now on, I will only show you the optimized version of the indicator because to me, there's no point anymore to go back to the manual one. I like to have all the help I can get. I want the indicator to do the heavy lifting for me. Therefore, I use the optimized version. So this is the optimized version, and we can see what are the optimal parameters for this indicator and what has been the performance. And we can see here that across all bars, we had really great percentages, 81 and 77%, and the optimization period, something similar. So very promising. And if you're wondering, what is this weird line below? Well, this is basically a reflection of the candle color. And it can be customized in the settings. So maybe you don't want your candles to be colored. Maybe you want, you want to have a clear view on it. You can simply consult the color of the ribbon at the bottom. And if you're wondering what is a black color telling us, it's quite simple. A black color will simply tell us that we have no divergence at this point. And of course, as with 1, 2, 3 strike, and in fact, all the indicators that we write, also this indicator does not repaint. This is something we don't believe in because that's, in my book, a bit of cheating. Finding entries after the fact is quite easy. Hindsight is 20/20. In trading, we don't have hindsight. We need to make decisions as bars are printed in real time. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3 strike, and there's one more indicator. If you remember, it is our breakout indicator, identifying breakouts. And for this, I'm going to quickly switch over to yet another chart. Let me just find it. Archer. Where do we have it? Can't find it. Just give me a second. Archer Daniels. There we go. It's loading up. And this indicator looks or will look a little bit different from the other ones. Again, this is a daily chart. Also on this indicator, we have short entries, but also long entries. And we have to just simply, here we have a long entry, for example, as you can see here. And in this, for this indicator, the exit levels, target 1 and target 2, but also our stop loss, they are known at entry time. This is just the way this indicator is designed. We have two targets and 1 trading stop. And these are known at trade signal time. For 1, 2, 3 strike and divergence cloud, this was not the case. Exits were printed as market evolved based on market conditions, which oftentimes is beneficial because we will adapt as things work out. But it may be difficult to manage your risk this way because you don't know where's your stop loss. Therefore, how should you position size? For this indicator, everything is known upfront. As soon as the entry signal is printed, you know where the exit is. It's written in the expert commentary. You know where the 2 targets are. And to me, this is my favorite indicator, not because it prints these exits right at trade signal time, because I could use my own risk management, but this indicator is just right for my trading style. I use it on the intraday time frame, and for example, on the S&P 500 E-mini futures, it gives me on the 1-minute time frame about 3 signals a day. It's quite selective, but to me that's just enough. I don't want to overtrade, and I have other things to do. So 3 signals a day is just right for my trading appetite per day. So that's my personal favorite. But besides this, the odds or the statistics for this indicator are extremely high. So as you can see here, the numbers are quite positive: 94% long efficiency and 83% short efficiency. So this indicator has a high win rate, but in contrast to the other 2 indicators, here our targets are a bit closer than our stop. So our winners tend to be a bit smaller than the losers. Therefore, we do need to have a higher win rate. So for the other 2 indicators, even with a win rate of 50%, you're typically profitable because winners tended to be bigger than losers. Here it's a bit the opposite. So keep this in mind. All right. And as I mentioned, this is our breakout indicator. If price breaks out from a target level, it will, the entry will be in the direction of the breakout. And the hope is that, price will continue in the direction of the breakout for quite some time. All right. Now, 2 more things for this indicator, and I'm going to go to the scanning part in just a second. All right, let me just quickly pick up XEL. Just a second. I'm going to tell you why I picked this one, if I can find it. Yeah, Xcel Energy. This also, when I prepared for this talk, was a candidate for my trade recommendation for today. And we had this entry signal here at the close of yesterday's bar. I picked this up this morning before the market opened. And I was thinking, this could be also a nice one. And it would have been a really nice one because it already hit target 1. And I like this trade because we had this nice retracement here. So we were in a downtrend. Yeah, we didn't reach the previous highs, so this is good. So we're still in a downtrend. And price has been retracing ever since to the downside again. So I kind of like the signal in the direction of the overarching trend. And of course, with today's really bearish market, we already hit target 1. So you can see here, we're still in this trade, and hopefully we will hit target 2 as well. And you may wonder, how did I find these trades? How do I know which signals do have entry signals? I could do this all manually. Again, I could go from symbol to symbol to symbol and see if they have entry signals or not. But again, super tedious. I won't do it. So MetaStock, in fact, has a really nice scanner which allows you to find symbols for the time frame of your preference, which currently have entry signals. It's super cool. So let me show you how this works. For this, real quick, back to the chart. And just as a quick reminder, before I talk about scanning, all our indicators, they have entry signals, but also exit signals. They run anywhere. They're not limited to any time frame, to any asset class. They will support all of them because they're not restricted in any way. They all come with these statistics, which will allow you to make truly informed trading decisions. And they all come now with auto optimization, which is a feature which will find the best settings for you. All right. So Having this said, how do we know which symbols currently have signals? And more importantly, perhaps, scanning is fairly common nowadays. So let's push this one step further. How do we know which of the signals that we can pick up in the scanner are the most probable one to result in a successful trade? Two very important questions. So we need to first figure out, okay, which symbols have signals, and then of the signals that we can find, which ones of them are most likely to result in a successful trade, because we can't trade them all. That probably wouldn't work. So we want to focus on the ones which are most likely to succeed. Now, back to MetaStock. All right, just a second, an alert popped up once again. And let me go to the scanner. So if you open up your Power Console and go down to Explore, which basically is the MetaStock scanner, first of all, you can see that for all, so if you have the Power Bundle, the indicator package, you will also get predefined scan queries, predefined explorations. They're all summarized here. So Power Bundle 360, 1, 2, 3 strike AO signals. Basically, it's an exploration which will find you all the symbols which currently have an entry signal, long or short, for our 1, 2, 3 strike indicator. Same for Divergence Cloud, same for Volatility Crusher. And in addition to this, we also have some other scan explorations predefined for you. For example, you want to scan for bullish or bearish divergence. You can do this. You want to scan for symbols which currently have an open trade. It may not have opened on the current bar, but maybe a bit further back. You can do this as well. So all kinds of scan queries come with your Power Bundle. And we are explaining all of these in our masterclass, which is also part of the Power Bundle. So I won't get into it. But I want to show you what I saw this morning when I run the scan. This is basically my daily routine. I wake up, the market is still closed, and I run a quick scan in MetaStock. And this was the result. Let me just quickly drag this in. So I ran a scan across the S&P 500 symbols, and it took 11 minutes and 45 minutes to complete on my local computer. It's a small laptop, nothing fancy. And the scan searched for three things: for Divergence Cloud entry signals, for 1, 2, 3 strike entry signals, and for Volatility Crusher entry signals. So let me just quickly perhaps click on the Volatility Crusher one. You can see here across all the 500 symbols in the S&P 500 index, you can see that we had how many? 10 symbols with signals. If I sort by signal type, you can see all 10 of them. It's just a coincidence because markets have been quite bearish recently. All 10 of them were short signals. You can see this here by, short signal has a number 1 printed. If long signal, if this count had a number 1, it would be a long entry signal. All right, great. I have 10 stocks. So then I could, in theory, go through all 10 of them one by one. It's possible. Tedious, but possible. Not too bad. But imagine I would have scanned through 5,000 symbols. Maybe I would have had like 100 signals. Then it's a bit less possible to go through all of them one by one. So wouldn't it be nice to have a way to rank your signals and only focus on the ones which are the most probable ones with the best statistics? The answer is yes, of course it is. We can actually sort these signals further. We can sort them by our short statistics or long statistics. And I did this here because these are all short signals. So I want to see what the short odds are. I did this, and I picked out as the number one. As the number one with short statistics of 78%. These are percentage values here. XEL.O. And guess what? It's this stock. It's the stock I had just shown you. This one here. Oh, if I can ever. 1 second. There we go. This one here, XEL.XO, the one which just hit its target. And how did I find it? I found it in 11 minutes and 45 seconds, simply running the scan, do a quick sort. And I don't have to be in front of my PC for these 11 minutes. I can drink a coffee or talk to people or write some emails. This will run in the background. It will give me the results. I sorted them, and I just picked the number 1 entry, the one that just resulted in a nice short trade. All right, let's do it again. Let's check out the second to last one, SRE. All right, so this was our also a short signal on the volatility crusher. So let me open it up, go back to my window here, find SRE. This one, Sempra. All right, opening it up again. Once this is loaded, we can see that we did have a short entry signal on the last bar that closed. This is the current daily bar. And we also hit our target one already. It's as easy as this. And this is what MetaStock allows you to do in combination with our intelligence, which we've built into our indicators. And the same principle applies for the 1 to 3 strike indicator and for the divergence cloud signals indicator. It's pretty cool. And in fact, in this case, I have picked the winner of the divergence cloud scan, Hasbro Inc., for the trade of the day. And I liked it because it had very good odds. And this once I open up the chart for this one, let me just quickly do this. Hasbro. So go back here just for 1 second. Where are we? Hasbro. All right. As you can see here, this is the chart I used for my screenshot. It's just black because, you know, it looks a bit better on the slides. There's no other significance to this. And we can see here that we did have a short entry signal here. Let me maybe make this a bit bigger if you can see it. Yeah, perfect. Excellent. So we have it here. We haven't, entry was not triggered yet. This is a stop sell entry at 55.20 and or 55.0. And we're now waiting for a follow through. And this would be our target, and this would be our stop loss. And I picked the stop loss here because it was just above the slightest swing high. And of course, if should price revert, this is where we want to get out. Our thesis of this being a successful short trade is not given. But I like this symbol because it was been in a downtrend forever, very smooth, and I believe it will continue this way. And we also just had a short signal to the downside, and our short stats are very nice. They are 80% in the optimization period and 83% across all bars on the chart. And all these things put together convinced me that this would be my next trade to pursue. All right. So quickly let me go back to my slides, because I want to say one more thing about scanning. What you've just seen here was not just an ordinary scan. Because an ordinary scan is just this. You just scans basically for symbols of signals, but you have no way to rank them. You don't know which signal is better than another one. Hard. What we've added to the scan result are the statistics, which will allow you to see right in the scan results what have been the odds, historically speaking, for long and short entries, therefore allowing you to rank your signals, your scan results, and only to focus on the ones with the most promising odds. And this is exactly what I did today to find my trade recommendation, whenever I follow, and some of the other ones, which I also considered, and they all worked out quite nicely today. That was super simple. Yeah, it's very mechanical. Run the scan, focus on the ones with the highest odds, quickly look at the chart. If things, make sense, I wouldn't trade a stock which, for example, is very illiquid, or where we're going against a very strong, if it's a long trade, resistance level, or vice versa against a very strong support level. These ones I would disqualify manually. But besides this, I just go through the short list here, sort it. And there's one more thing that we added, because this is what we call generation 2 scanning. You see signals with and a way to rank them. But we actually went one step further, because not only are we able to see symbols of signals and we can rank them, we also use the optimized parameters on a per symbol basis. So for example, let's say we are on the S&P 500, Tesla would be, the scan would use a certain set of parameters for Tesla and a completely different set of parameters for Apple, for example, and a different set of parameters for Oracle. And which parameters would be used? Well, the optimal ones. And the scanner will pick it for you. It will not be a one-size-fits-all with the same parameters I use for every symbol, because that, it may work out for some symbols, but not so well for others. Always the optimal settings on a per symbol basis will be used. And this is what we call generation 3 scanning, which goes way beyond of what you typically see with your trading platform. And this is possible because, first of all, MetaStock gives us the infrastructure to run these kinds of scans, but also it's possible because of the intelligence we have built into our indicators. I think put all things together, this can really give you an advantage in today's market. Not only will it make your life so much easier, because MetaStock and our indicators will do all the heavy lifting for you. They will pre-select all the promising symbols for today. It's quite fast. There's, as you've seen, 11 minutes something for a scan through all the S&P 500 stocks. And you can do the math how long it would take if you add some additional symbols to it. So it's quite fast. All right. Now, our Power Bundle 360 for MetaStock will give you 3 indicators. They all come with clear entry and exit signals. You will see real-time statistics in the expert commentary. You will get all these predefined explorations, which perform these generation 3 scanning. And you will, in addition to this, also get predefined system tests of optimizations. So all this is included in our package for MetaStock. And if you're wondering, okay, I'm on the fence, so is this package for me? Let me help you a little bit. If you're a day trader, or maybe you're a scalper, or perhaps you're a swing trader or an investor, I can assure you, yes, these indicators will work for you because they will work on all time frames and chart types. They will work on the 1 minute time frame, they work on the daily time frame. No difference. If you trade equities or FX or futures or crypto or perhaps options, yes, these indicators will also work for you because they're independent of the asset class or symbol. They work on all asset classes and symbols. They're not restricted in any way. If you're an investor or trader who wants to have an easier life and a more convenient life, and who believes in tools to help, with trading success, these indicators will also be beneficial for you because they will do the heavy lifting for you. They will find the best parameters for you. They will show you how well they are working, and they allow you to scan for it. So all this put together can make your life so much easier. I know many of you, you don't have the time to sit in front of your computer all day long. It's also not a good way to spend your day. You want to get as much help as possible. Maybe, find your most promising signals early on in the day, pick the ones, just let them call it a day from that point on. All right. And if you believe in using intelligent tools, next generation tools to make better trading decisions, I believe these indicators also will be for you. And this is just a testimonial we got from a client just a couple of days ago. He said, the volatility crusher indicator that I purchased from you is one of the best indicators that I've ever bought. I will be purchasing the 1-to-3 strike, divergence cloud, and IntelliTrill indicators very soon. All right. And perhaps one more thing, if you are a prop trader, I know prop trading has become so popular lately. If you're wondering, can these indicators help me pass the prop trading challenge? Of course, and we have so many users who use it for exactly this purpose. So David, for example, wrote us again a couple of days ago. Today was my first day trading with volatility crusher and 1-to-3 strike in the futures market. I took 4 signals, which provided 3 winners and 1 loser. I'm up 600 for the day in my prop trading evaluation. Excellent product. All right. So,
Daniel?
Yeah. Yes.
Hi. Yeah, I just wanted to chime in with just a couple of questions here while we're going through it at home. I thought I should ask live.
Okay. Yes, please.
Yeah, so Kumar wants to know if you have performance stats against FANG, Tesla, NVIDIA, and AMD. He also wants to know if you're able to filter with it for things like that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I just said Tesla. That's the last one. I forgot the other ones. Let me just quickly pick up Tesla. Just real quick. So you see the stats for every single symbol. It doesn't matter which one it is. But let me quickly see what we have for Tesla. Tesla trade price. And this is what do we have here? A volatility crusher on Tesla, but it would be the same for 1 to 3 strike and divergence cloud. And just scroll down here, you see the stats right here. So 80, yeah, quite nice. 84 and 77% across all bars. And you will see these stats for any symbol you pull up. It doesn't matter which one it is. For any symbol, you will see these stats. And in terms of filtering, yeah, this is exactly what I've done here. What I've done is I filtered for symbols which have signals, and then I just sorted. That's about it. So quite easy. So I sorted these columns to see the ones with the highest odds. That's quite easy.
Great. And then Vincent also wanted to know if it'll work on tick charts.
Yes, it works on anything. Yeah, we have traders who are like hardcore day traders who use our indicators on, especially volatility crash on tick charts for trading futures or other assets.
Wonderful. Okay, I think we're caught up on questions for now.
Okay, great. All right, so now back to my trade of the day. I think, well, I hope you could see the process which I used to find it. Now this is the process which is actually quite simple to repeat. It's rinse and repeat. You run your scan. Nice. It takes 11 minutes for the S&P 500, and I run my scan for 1 to 3 strike, divergence cloud, and volatility crusher. I don't discriminate. I don't, even though I said volatility crusher was my personal favorite, I should tell you I don't discriminate. I run them on all 3, and then I look at the signals which I'm getting. I sort them, and I focus on the top signals in each. And I pull up the chart for it. And if I like what I see, I'll take the trade. This is my trade then. So it's quite easy. It's rinse and repeat. And I should also say that I do not discriminate from symbol to symbol. I'm quite faithless in that sense. So I don't have my favorite stock, which I always use, or my favorite symbol. For me, it's based on these numbers. I'm a numbers guy. Whichever symbol gives me the best odds, wherever the chart looks the cleanest, that's the symbol I would choose. So this is how I pick my trade of the day. And if you're wondering, well, how can I get my hand on it? I should tell you, we do have, thanks to MetaStock, a super special today where we offer lifetime access for our power bundle indicators. So no additional cost ever again. And you will get 1 to 3 strike, our trend indicator. You will get divergence cloud, or pullback or reversal finder. You will get volatility crusher, my personal favorite, which is our breakout trader. So all 3 indicators which you've seen in this presentation, they all come with auto optimization, and they will all come with our statistics, which you can see directly in the expert commentary. And you will also get our masterclass for the power bundle. Again, today I could only explain how this indicator work from a conceptual point of view. But if you understand how each parameter, what each parameter does, what is the basis of each indicator, how to trade with them exactly, and so forth, this is all explained in our masterclass. And it's a couple of hours, which we will also throw in today. And to sweeten the deal, and just because you're here and you spent your precious daytime with me, I know you probably have to work or you're on your lunch break, we will also throw in our trend radar indicator for MetaStock, which allows you to see what are the different market trends at a glance. And how this indicator works, just real quick to wrap this up, it will look something like this. This is for an Apple chart, which I pulled a bit earlier this morning. I'll give you this heat map-like indication down here. And it's actually pretty cool. We have a whole theory behind this. This is the zoomed in version. It allows you to find what we call healthy pullbacks, for example. So for example, you could see that Apple, this is an intraday chart, has been in a downtrend. You can see this on the red line below. But every once in a while, it's a little shallow green up here. And these are what we call healthy pullbacks. And these are opportunities for you to enter in the direction of the overarching trend, giving you a much better price. So for example, here, on a downtrend, we pulled back. You could enter somewhere here, and price will continue. And by doing so, you, first of all, minimize your risks because you entered a much more beneficial price, and you can put your stop much nearer. And if you're right, you can go for a much bigger target because you entered at a retracement. So we're going to throw in this trend radar indicator into the package today, just as an extra thank you for spending your time with us today. And all this for $9.97. Bobby, are there any other questions?
Great. Hey, I've got to say that's a fantastic offer to be able to get all of that at just a one-time price right now for $9.97. So yeah, excited that you're letting it go for that rate right now. But yes, we do have another question or kind of some feedback here. Alfonso is mentioning he thinks optimizing is similar to curve fitting. Is that true?
It depends. So curve fitting to me is when you optimize purposefully, for example, so you find parameters where you only keep the big winners and maybe cut off your big losers. So refitting your parameters around that. The way our optimizer works, it doesn't have any logic based on this. It's based on what we call the win rate only, and the win rate does not distinguish between the size of losers and winners. Therefore, it may keep a big loser because it's just counted as one, for example. Conversely, it may also keep a bunch of smaller winners because they're also just counted as one. So I think by having this kind of logic in there, we do not curve fit, and this is a protective measure to avoid curve fitting. And
good answer. Yeah, I like that.
And again, it's just to say one more thing. We did conduct this big case study, and because these are valid concerns, and this was also one of our concerns. And there's a reason why every disclaimer says hypothetical performance is not necessarily indicative of future performance. But we've conducted this big case study, and the results were so day and night with an optimized version. Moving forward from that optimized version, it's not just looking back, but moving forward with optimized parameters. It was so day and night that this gives us a lot of confidence that we actually do not do curve fitting. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions?
Great. I think that wraps up most of the questions here.
Cool. Bobby, do you want to tell people how they can get hold of this deal? Because I think this is through MetaStock, right?
Yeah, I'd love to talk to them about how they can do that. No problem. I actually have a slide put together for it as well here. Let me get my camera turned back on here as well. Yeah, so if everyone was interested in these offers, we do have them available right now. In fact, we have a sales team sitting waiting to answer any additional questions that you guys might have about the platform. And you can visit us on our website at metastock.com/sales chat. They can tell you how you can also subscribe to MetaStock or get a trial of our software if you don't have MetaStock already. Or if you do have the platform already, then you can just get the product added on. Let me go ahead and go in here and share my screen. Another thing I want to mention here as well that everyone would receive, if you were to join and sign up for the add-on, not only do you get all of the different trading systems that are included, the indicators, the explorations, templates, etc., you're also going to get our MetaStock support. So let me make sure I have my screen turned on.
I can see it. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So we give you a free white glove setup and installation service. So we can actually schedule a one-on-one session where we'll help you install the Power Bundle 360. And if you don't have MetaStock yet, we'll help you install that as well. We'll go through the whole platform with you and kind of customize it to fit your needs. We're available on the phone, via chat or email if you ever have questions or need assistance getting set up. We also have tons of videos available just on learning MetaStock in general, but with the masterclass that Daniel put together, you're going to have all the information that you need to succeed with this trading system. And we did offer this at a one-time price in the past of just $14.95. But as Daniel mentioned, he is doing just the $9.97 webinar special. We do actually give you a 30-day money-back guarantee as well. So there's no risk involved whatsoever. You can try this out. If for some reason you weren't happy, just get in touch with us and we'll return it for you. But we're so confident that you're going to see the potential in this trading system that you're going to want to keep it. Plus, you're getting that bonus trend radar if you order right now as well. So not only are you getting the additional savings off the one-time cost and avoiding the subscription model that's soon to come, you'll be getting that trend radar as well. If you want to speak to us on the phone, you can reach us at 800-882-3040. Or visit us online and speak with one of our representatives at metastock.com/sales chat. Or you can just visit our website where you're going to get even more information on the Power Bundle 360 and you can order right from there as well. And that's metastock.com.
You cut off for a second there. Can you maybe repeat it?
Oh, yes. Yeah, so I'm not sure where I cut off at, but again,
at the URL, at the last URL, you cut off, I think.
Oh, perfect. So metastock.com/PB360. I'm even going to click on this link just so you guys can see. If you go to metastock.com/ I'll update this here, PB360, it'll take you to this page. There's another video on here as well, some more information, and you have that one-time $9.97 offer available for order. And again, if you have any other questions, we have a team ready to answer those for you as well. I think that kind of wraps things up for today. It looks like all of the questions have been answered by Homa or our team. So thanks everyone in the background that's also been helping us out today. And of course, thank you, Daniel, for your wonderful presentation. You always do a fantastic job. And we're really appreciative for having you on.
Great. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much for spending your time with me.
Of course. And farewell to everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hi, Kelly Clement here from MetaStock. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope you found it instructive and informative. If you did, what I'd like to invite you to do is go ahead and like and subscribe. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. It helps us a great deal, and it helps us bring you more awesome content like today's video. So go ahead and like and subscribe, and keep on watching.